Sharma, your English teacher. Children, some of you are very good at some subjects and not doing good in some other subjects. It does not mean that you are not a capable kid. Let us discuss about a famous architect, Mr. Hafiz Contractor. Before going to read the lesson, let us see the overview of the lesson, the treasure within.
Overview of the lesson. This lesson is basically divided into 5 segments. Before you read, reading activity, question and answers, exercise and think it over, profile reading of Mr. Hafiz Contractor. Before going to read the lesson, let us have a look at the objectives of the lesson, the treasure within. Learning objectives. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to describe the transformation in Hafiz Contractor's life from being an average student to a successful architect. Recognize the impact of the school principal's advice on Hafiz Contractor's academic performance. Summarize the story of Hafiz Contractor's journey towards becoming an architect in your own words. Read and comprehend the message conveyed in the conclusion of the Treasure Within chapter and explain it briefly in your own sentences. Let us know the genre of the lesson, the Treasure Within. Genre of the lesson, the Treasure Within. This lesson, the Treasure Within, is an interview based on the conversation between Miss Bella Raja and Mr. Hafiz Contractor. Let us know the interviewee and interviewer of the lesson, the treasure within. Interviewee. A person who is interviewed is called interviewee. Interviewer. A person who interviews someone is called interviewer. Let me introduce the interviewee and interviewer of this lesson, the treasure within. The treasure within. Mr. Hafiz Contractor is the interviewee. He is one of India's leading architects. He received Padma Bhushan in 2016. Ms. Bela Raja is the interviewer. She is an editor of Splash, a newsletter from the resource center, the Valley School, Bangalore. Before you read the lesson, The Treasure Within, let's see some introductory lines. Before you read, every child has innate abilities. Each one is differ from other in his or her style of learning and area of interest. Among you, some are doing better in some subjects and some are not good at some subjects. It does not mean that you are not a capable person. Not only academics are the parameters to assess your abilities. To prove this concept, now we are going to read an interview. Before that, let us check your knowledge. Check your knowledge. Which subject you like the most? State reason for your answer. All of you write answers in your notebooks. Then move to the next question. Check your knowledge. How do you feel while studying the difficulty subject? Express your feeling in your class. Let us go to another one. Check your knowledge. Have you ever had the nightmares about your difficult subject? Share your answers with your peer group. Now, let's read some introductory lines of the lesson, The Treasure Within. Introductory lines. Hafiz Contractor was an unhappy schoolboy. He liked mechanical learning but disliked mathematics. He was good at sports. The words of his principal once said to him influenced him deeply. Later, he became a famous architect. Now, let's read an interview between Miss Bella Raja and Mr. Hafiz Contractor in the lesson The Treasure Within. The Treasure Within. This lesson is basically teaching for understanding. It is designed for enhancing your reading knowledge. Let us know about the nightmares of Hafiz Contractor. About Hafiz Contractor's nightmares. Glossary. Nightmare. Returning dream. I used to have terrible nightmares. Only now, over last 4 to 5 years, it seems to have disappeared. Shall we start the interview? Move to the first question. Question from Ms. Bella Raja. What nightmare are you talking about? And why do you think it has disappeared now? Let us know the answer of Mr. Hafiz Contractor to this question. Answer of Mr. Hafiz Contractor. Glossary. Psyche. Mentality. I used to get continuous nightmares about appearing for a maths exam where I did not know anything. Now that psyche must have gotten over it and no time to get nightmares. Let's go to the next question of the interview. Question from Miss Bella Raja. Tell us something about your earliest memories in school. Let us see the answer of Mr. Hafiz Contractor for this question. Answer from Hafiz Contractor. In the very beginning, I was good at academics. Later, simply lost interest. I used to be interested in games, running around, playing jokes and pranks on others. I would copy in class during exam times. But I used to be very good sportsman. I had been the senior champion for many years. Let's see the turning point of Hafiz's life in his words. Turning point. When I approached my 11th standard, one day principal called me and talked a few lines for 5 minutes, which inspired me a lot. Let us see the advice of the principal. Principal's advice. Look here, son, you don't have father. Your mother is working so hard to bring you up, but you are not studying properly. You have only played games. Now you should rise to the occasion and study. Let us see the changes that came in Hafiz Contractor's life. Changes that occurred in Hafiz's life in his words. I would go for prayers and all I would do was eat and study. I got 50% in exam. Let us see the comments of Hafiz principal about this success. Principal's comments on Hafiz's success. Son, consider yourself as having got a distinction. Let's move to the next question of the interview. Question from Ms. Bella Raja. When you were in school and you were doing badly, did the teachers pull you up and how did you feel? Let us see the answer given to this question by Mr. Hafiz Contractor. Answer from Hafiz Contractor. Glossary. Caning. Punishment. I used to be so interested in playing, but not doing that much good in academics. So I would receive a caning every week. Let us move to the next question of the interview. Question from Ms. Bella Raja. When you were not doing homework or by behaving badly, when you knew you would get a caning, what was the state of your mind? Let us see Mr. Hafiz Contractor's answer for this question. Answer from Hafiz Contractor. Just lift up the hand and they would ken. I would hurt badly and then I would have to forget because I want to go and play. Now let's move to the next question of the interview. Question from Miss Bella Raja. You never felt insecure or threatened? Now let us see the answer to this question from Mr. Hafiz Contractor. Answer from Mr. Hafiz Contractor. Glossary. Strategies. Methods of winning fights. I was just interested in playing and playing jokes and pranks on others and nothing else. I used to be the leader of a gang and planning strategies to fight. Students used to book my textbooks for the following year because they were almost brand new. Let us see the brief look of the first segment of the interview. Brief look of the interview for first segment. Hafiz Contractor was an Indian architect. He was less interested in academics and good at sports. He got nightmares about maths exam, neglected academics and played. Hence, he received many punishments. One day, his principal advised him to concentrate. So, he began to study. Now, let us check your understanding. Comprehension check. What was Mr. Hafiz Contractor? Your options are A. Editor, B. An architect, and C. A principal. Answer is B. An architect. Very good. Next. Comprehension check. Why did Mr. Hafiz Contractor get nightmares about maths? Your options are A. Because he liked that subject very much. B. Because he felt difficulty in maths. C. Hafiz forgot about maths exam. Answer is because he felt difficulty in solving maths. Answer is B. Let us move to the next question. Comprehension check. Who advised Mr. Hafiz Contractor to study? Your options: A. His mother, B. His father, and C. His principal. Answer is C. His principal. Let us go for the last question. Comprehension check. How did Mr. Hafiz Contractor feel when he received punishment? Your options are A. He cried bitterly for the whole day. B. He started to scold his friends. And C. He felt pain and forgot it, then went to play. Answer is C. He felt pain and forgot it, then went to play. Well done, children. Shall we move forward to the next segment of the interview? Before that, let us see some introductory lines. The treasure within. Introductory lines of segment 2. An unhappy schoolboy transformed later as a famous architect. He received Padma Bhushan in 2016. Let us start the second segment of the interview. Question from Ms. Bella Raja. How did you get into the field of architecture? Let us see the answer given by Mr. Hafiz Contractor. Answer given by Mr. Hafiz Contractor. I did not achieve enough marks to join in College of Architecture. Then I thought to join in army or police, but aunt and mother disagreed. So I decided to join in Jai Hind College in Bombay to complete graduation. To learn French, I went to my cousin's home. She was an architect's wife. Let us see the next question of the interview. Question from Ms. Bella Raja. Was it then you decided to wanted to do architecture? Let us see the answer given by Mr. Hafiz Contractor. Answer given by Mr. Hafiz Contractor. In the architect's office, one day I was asked to draw a few specific things in some context. As I did immediately, my cousin's husband was surprised and advised me to join architecture. The principal said that I must select in entrance examination. Let us see whether Mr. Hafiz got seat in the architecture or not. Entry into the College of Architecture. I stood in first class. I believe that all this understanding came from what I used to play and do during school. Mrs. Gupta, our primary school teacher, identified my skill in childhood and encouraged with her words. Let us move to the next question of the interview. Question from Ms. Bella Raja. Why do you think you did not like studies? Was it because you felt you could not cope, could not deal with the curriculum? Let us see the answer of Mr. Hafiz Contractor for this question. Answer from Mr. Hafiz Contractor. I was very bad at languages. Science and geography I could deal with. Maths very bad. There was no application of mine. I would forget the things very easily. To remember, I have to see things as a photograph. Let us go for another question. Question from Mrs. Bala Raja. Did you think that what they taught in school was boring? Or did you feel that once you understood the concept of what was being taught, you lost interest in the rest of the lesson? Let us see the answer given by Mr. Hafiz Contractor. Answer from Mr. Hafiz Contractor. When I had tests, we used to just copy. I was not interested and felt boring because I forget the things after 2 or 3 days. Let us move to the next question. Question from Mrs. Bella Raja. There is a contention that giftedness and learning disabilities go hand in hand. Do you think this applies to you? Shall we see the answer from Mr. Hafiz contractor for this question? Answer from Mr. Hafiz contractor. Well, some of my classmates who stood class toppers are doing very ordinary jobs today. Let us move to the discussion between Mrs. Bella Raja and Mr. Hafiz contractor. Discussion between Mrs. Bella Raja and Mr. Hafiz contractor. I have come across that in many places class toppers are doing very ordinarily today. I have learnt more by doing. I did on my own than what academics would have taught me. Let us continue the discussion. Discussion between Mrs. Bella Raja and Mr. Hafiz contractor. Personality and skills were there. Every child has innate abilities. They should be encouraged to pursue their interest. I would prefer to think creatively instead of routine by heart. Let us continue the interview. The treasure within. Coming to the present, how do you decide as to what kind of structure you want to give a client? When I look at the client's face, his physical appearance, and his behavior, I can guess his needs and interests and sketches very spontaneously on a paper on the spot. Let us move to the next question. Question from Mrs. Bella Raja. You do it instinctively? Answer from Mr. Hafiz contractor. Call it instinct, call it arithmetic, whatever. Now it comes to me like mathematics. Let us have a brief look of the interview. Brief look of the interview of segment 2 of the treasure within. Mr. Hafiz contractor's cousin's husband identified his skill in architecture and advised him to join in the College of Architecture. The things he did on his own in childhood helped a lot to him to succeed in the field of architecture. He preferred to think creatively rather than by hearting. Mr. Hafiz contractor has derived his own interpretation of mathematics. Let us check your understanding. Comprehension check 2. Where was Jai Hind College? Your options are A. Kolkata, B. Delhi, C. Bombay. Answer is C. Bombay. Very good, children. Now move to the next question. Comprehension check. Why was Mr. Hafiz started to learn French? Your options are A. Because German teacher died. B. because he liked French. And C. Because his cousin asked him to learn French. Answer is A. Because German teacher died. Let us move to the next question. Comprehension check. To which subject is architecture interrelated to? Your options are A. Science, B. Mathematics, and C. Languages. Answer is B. Mathematics. Let us move to the question and answers. Questions and answers. Who was Mrs. Gupta? Mr. Hafiz contractor wanted to join the police force. Why did not he? Which rules did he break as a schoolboy? In the architect's office, Mr. Hafiz contractor was advised to drop everything and join architecture. Why? Let us move to exercise. Exercise. Answer the following questions. Is it likely that someone who is original and intelligent does not do very well at school? Should such a learner be called a failure? If not, why not? Who, in your view, is an unusual learner? What can schools do to draw out the best in unusual learners? Suggest whatever seems reasonable to you. Let us move to think it over. Think it over. The only disability in life is a bad attitude. Cooperation is doing with a smile what one anyhow has to do. Let us see advanced personalized learning. Advanced personalized learning. The US National Academy of Engineering (NAE) has revealed that the panel's choices fall into four themes: sustainability, health, reducing vulnerability, and joy of living. One of the 14 challenges is advanced personalized learning, whereby instruction can be individualized based on learning styles, speeds, and interests to make learning more reliable. Let us read a profile of Mr. Hafiz contractor. Profile of Mr. Hafiz contractor. Name Mr. Hafiz contractor. Famous as Indian architect. Birth year 1950. Qualification Graduate Diploma in Architecture from Mumbai in 1975. Graduation from Columbia University. Career Commenced his career as an apprentice architect in 1977. Specialities He has designed and executed a wide range of architectural projects like bungalows, residential developments, hospitals, hotels, corporate offices, banking and commercial complexes, etc. Let us see the summary of the lesson, The Treasure Within. Summary Now the children are able to describe the transformation in Hafiz contractor's life from being an average student to a successful architect. Recognize the impact of the school principal's advice on Hafiz contractor's academic performance. Summarize the story of Hafiz contractor's journey towards becoming an architect in your own words. Read and comprehend the message conveyed in the conclusion of the Treasure Within chapter and explain it briefly in your own sentences. Now it's time to finish. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice by Brain Herbert. Thank you. Keep learning.